Hey, Barry. We were just talking about the Beatles and
Oh, well,
stuff
yeah,
like that, and but they came along when the club started, not in the 70s. Not when he
yeah, yeah. But then again, right when the club was going strong, that's when the warehouse was open and all the acts would come in there and all that kind of stuff. Not the Beatles, of course, but most everybody.
Yeah, but we
And
were all going up there anyway. It's you still sang the songs, but then you just went up to the warehouse. It wasn't like
yeah, no,
competition.
no, it wasn't. It was just it was different kinds of music. But of course,
Yeah.
I don't know if the current people that were in their 20s and 30s now would like, you know, how you gonna have another arm, all this kind of stuff, the songs that we did and all that. But I mean, but it's good. It's good toe tapping music. I mean.
Yeah.
But the deal is, we played the original Mustache stuff, like Somebody Stole My Gal and Bill
Yeah,
Bell and all that. But when there were new songs that are conducive, we add them, like Raindrops to Fall on My Head. That was a big one.
yeah, you
High
did.
Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree. That was a huge song.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah,
That kind of stuff. The
But
Dooley.
those are all songs that you could sing along to, whereas Nirvana and all those kind of bands, those weren't. The stuff
no,
at the
not
warehouse was not sing along songs.
no, it wasn't sing along songs.
Did we have many folk tunes?
Yeah, Joel himself was brought up. Michael wrote a boat ashore and all
Oh
that. We
yeah,
used to play all those.
Did we do Puff the Magic Dragon?
We
yeah,
did.
we did
We
that
did.
one.
We did.
Okay.
And so we did folk tunes. We did Beatles medley.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh, it sounded funny on banjo, but it didn't matter. People could sing
Yeah.
She Loves You. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They could sing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Hey, Roger.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hey,
What'd you
Rob,
say,
Roger.
Roger?
How y'all doing there?
pretty
We're
good. How
here.
are you?
All okay.
Good, man.
Is the weather wonderful wherever you are?
Yeah,
Low
it is here.
70
72.
degrees and sunny here in New Orleans, in Metro.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it raining?
Same. Nah, bright and sunny.
Oh, that's good. That's real good.
Yeah, low 70s, bright and sunny. Perfect.
That's good. And Tom, where are you? You up in DC?
Yeah, it's 52 degrees. It's not the best, but
That's
it's
not
okay.
bad for
It's
this
getting
time of
better.
year.
It's not real cold. What's it like in Arizona?
It's actually been cloudy here and rainy off and on for the last couple of days. And
Mhm.
Arizona has had the most snow of any place in the United States, up in an area called the Snow Bowl.
Oh,
And
good.
it's unbelievable. I never knew. Forgot Arizona had snow.
Desert
It's
snow.
about
Mountain.
2 hours from my house, so
Yeah.
The Snow Bowl, that's what they call it.
it's an
Snowball?
area called the Snow Bowl. They have
Huh.
everything up for snowboarding, skiing. It's a big lodge, and
Up in the
it's
up in the mountains. Yeah.
it's further. It's about 2 hours from our house. Nice little college town there next to it. It's pretty funky and nice, fun. But I kept moving further south.
It's also probably where all your water comes from.
Yeah, yeah. When
What
we're
about
down
you?
looking for a house up in Scottsdale, Arizona, which I really like a lot, but it's pretty expensive. It's become more of a Palm Beach type town, lots of big money. So the realtor said, we're going to take a little further south. I said, well, how far south we going? Mexico's not far away.
Yeah. What kind of weather you got,
Well,
David?
Yeah, she brought us
It's
to
kind
a
of like
town, a little area called uh, Gilbert, Arizona.
Oh,
And inside Gilbert, Arizona, we live in a community called the Islands.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of water around you, right?
Yeah, well, what it is, they have all these waterways everywhere and lakes all around us. And we're coming through and I thought, shit, look, there's a bayou here. She said, Roger, that's not a bayou. I
Yeah.
said, well, it looks like a bayou. So it didn't go anywhere. I said, oh, okay.
very good.
People have these pontoons sitting in these waterways. And I said, well, how could that be? So I got out and looked and they had these little bit electric motors on the back of them. So they can't go real fast. But they have fun with them. So and I can see water every day. So that's somewhat helpful.
That's good. You got a pool in your backyard, don't you?
Huh?
You have a pool, don't you? A pool?
Yeah, I have a nice pool, actually. I
Yeah.
have a bigger pool than I wanted, but it just came with the house.
Hmm.
Because the house price was really nice down there. We have like a three-bedroom and
Mike?
an office.
Hey, guys.
Say,
And I have
Mike,
a
Hey, Mike.
full room.
Oh, Mike.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Right,
Oh, good.
you got those nice blue skies behind you there. I like
Yeah, that's from a bunch of years ago.
that.
It's either put that up or my messy room where I'm trying to go through a lot of stuff and get rid of it from years of music and things. So rather have a nice scene than whatever.
Yeah, we can always pretend we're wherever we want to be now.
Yeah. Well, that's up at 10,000 feet in the Rockies. Wish y'all could have gotten up there over the years, but it's a family cabin we still have, and I don't know if I can go up there anymore because of the altitude with my COPD, but I'm going to try one more time this year.
Yeah, I remember when I was working in Denver and we had going to have a company picnic, so we took off up in the mountains, and it was mid-May or later. All of a sudden, it just starts snowing.
Yeah.
I worked up in Yellowstone back in the summer, so during the summer of '67, and 4th of July, it snowed 2 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Really?
crazy.
And that afternoon, the snow was all gone. We were back in shorts and t-shirts. It was crazy.
Oh, that's funny. Weather
Right
can change quickly.
Yeah. okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it hasn't, I don't know, since the weather's been changing, it hasn't snowed here very much in probably 10 years. Because I remember about 10 years ago, there was like 6 days of no electricity and snow all over the ground.
Goodness gracious.
And we invited all the little kids to come over and watch cartoons because they had a generator. So I plugged the TV into the generator, started the
heat going.
generator, and it blew up the TV. And it's like,
Oh,
okay, can't watch those.
Ah,
yeah. We haven't had many.
That's cool.
We haven't had many snow drifts around here either lately.
well, and our snow in Colorado in the winters aren't nearly as bad as they were 20, 30 years ago. There was some nasty blizzards here around Christmas and Thanksgiving of 82 and 83 where I was living, I couldn't even get my car out for a week. But we don't have those kinds of things very often anymore. Last major blizzard type of storm with heavy snow drifts that I remember here was around, I don't know, 2006, maybe sometime in the 2012, but no later than that.
Well, today's the kickoff of baseball season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the teams are playing today.
Yeah, Baltimore, the Orioles it was opening day.
Yeah.
And yesterday or 2 days ago, the bridge fell down. So
Well, that's an insane thing that happened. That should have never happened.
That was horrible. It's just
Yeah.
Well,
unreal.
because when the ships come in closer to the land, they have a captain from that area go out and get on the ship
a
and
pilot.
guide the ship in. So they
Yeah, the pilot was on the boat. He was trying to he was the one who sent out the SOS that luckily stopped the people from crossing the bridge.
Yeah, otherwise it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the big deal about Baltimore is where the cars for the US come in. All the cars from around the world come into Baltimore because it's got a dock they call drive on, drive off. Because I've been working down there when all these cars come off, somebody goes up and gets the car and just drives it off. Whereas all the other docks, you can't do that. They're all set up to grab the containers and move them.
Huh. Really?
So it's going to be
Yeah.
interesting to see how they handle that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys know Al Dugan?
Was that Hal?
What's-
Was
Al Dugan?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it sounds
He's married
familiar.
to, Edwin Krebs's sister. Anyway, that's what he does. He goes out. He lives in California. He goes out to the big ships and guides them in to port.
Yeah. They
Oh,
make
yeah.
a lot of
Great job.
money. They make a
Yeah.
lot of money,
Big bucks.
but it's a hairy job.
Yeah, they're doing real well.
Because, a lot of those guys, they go, the ships are really high. And
Exactly.
there's a door in the side, and no matter what the weather is, they come up on a little boat and grab a rope and jump on this ship and go into it. And I don't know, I wouldn't like that stuff.
Is that how they get on?
Yeah, there's no,
Yeah, actually, that makes sense. How else you gonna get on those big ships?
Yeah, or else some of them have to climb those rope ladders to get on.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a electric rope where they can just wheel you up.
I don't know. Maybe they do, but you still got to hold on.
Oh, yeah, or they might have a little chair they put you in. I don't
Something
know.
like,
But Tom, that ship that hit the bridge was a container ship.
Yeah, a pretty big
Yeah.
one.
The cars in containers or just in the hold?
No, the cars. No, it's just. I was just talking about the port. The port of Baltimore is set
Okay.
up. You know, it's set up for cars to come in. And
Okay.
all the most of the cars in the U.S. come into that dock because they can drive right off the ship.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas
They're
most
not
of
in
the docks
containers.
are set up with the big cranes to grab the containers and take them off.
Oh.
But they get a lot of other stuff up there too. But it'll be interesting to see what happens here. They're starting to work on taking the bridge out, but that was a 1.5 mile bridge. Hey, Billy.
Billy,
hey, Bill.
Hello, Billy.
Bill, how you doing?
Hard.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
They had that ship that run in to the dock in New Orleans years ago.
Yeah,
Is
that
it
was
Ready- Riverwalk.
97, I think it was, that tore up
Yeah.
on the Riverwalk.
The Riverwalk. Yeah, there's a big one, big ship just
Yeah, right.
right into it. They showed a
I wonder
video.
how did that happen? He was already in port and everything.
No, I don't know. The bridge, the boat lost control and just plowed right into the Riverwalk, tore half of it up. The reason I remember the years because it
Oh,
was my
shit.
25th anniversary, and Bonnie and I were taking a Carnival cruise, and
Right.
the boat was jammed into the Riverwalk, and all the people the tourists, the people from up north and all that were getting on the boat were asking all about it. And I says, well, there it is right there. It's like,
It's right there. Your boat's there.
yeah, see, there it is right there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was unreal.
We have this when they build docks. I mean, those things, they're really substantial because if a ship hits it, it can knock it out.
Yeah.
So they have to
Right,
make
yeah.
them really deep and a lot of concrete. And the
Ah,
ships keep getting bigger, so they got to keep reinforcing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I know a guy that's a Mississippi River pilot. He gets the boats as they're coming in closer to New Orleans and does that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
But I, oh, Jesus, I
But
said,
thank God it wasn't one of those container ships like that hit the bridge in Baltimore. So, yeah,
yeah, that would have been.
those have so much heft to them. It's incredible. You know, that bridge
Yeah.
pillar didn't stand a chance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They have the river is so crowded now. You know, over the years, more and more boats and more people landing. They have the cruise ships going in there. It's creating a traffic jam on the river.
Yeah. And some of those cruise ships keep getting bigger and bigger.
Oh yeah.
They're huge. Some of them.
Need to back up in time. Just go to the paddle
Yeah.
boat.
Well, the cruise ships can't pass the Crescent City connection, the New Orleans Bridge. They're too, the stacks are too tall. They have to make a U-turn in the river and go back out down to the Gulf.
Well, isn't the Earl Long Bridge? Didn't they build that
QEP.
2 feet too short so you couldn't get up to Baton Rouge anymore?
Well, you can't get as far as the Huey P in a cruise ship. You know, the cruise ships have to turn around when they get to the Crescent City connection
Mhm.
because their stacks are too tall to get through the under the bridge there.
Where are the cruise ship docks before? Is it
Riverwalk.
at the Riverwalk area? Oh, okay.
And like I said, they just pull out. In fact, you get on now. You go not the Riverwalk Convention Center.
Yeah, it's
which
right by Convention Center. I
Co-op.
took my brother-in-law down there and
Yeah. And they just pull out. They do that little thing, and they just
and we drove up to drop him off. I mean, it was a huge line. It took an hour just to get in and drop him off and get out.
yeah.
And that goes on. They schedule things. That goes on all day long. Those ships hold a lot of people.
Yeah.
Convention center is busy all the time too. Quite a lot going on there.
You guys been on a cruise?
No, never have.
I was on one like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
been on about 10
We
years.
went on a cruise 2 years ago. I didn't want to go, but my wife wanted to go. I said, okay. It's amazing. You don't even know you're on a boat. I mean, you go from area to area. You could be in Cuba, you could be in New York City, and you could be in a little area of New Orleans, serving all the food. and a big casino in the middle of it. It just goes on and on and on. You walk and you walk, but it's sort of interesting. But and you have good food, and the cocktails are real cheap. It's
Yeah,
just
they are. Oh,
it's
too cheap. Yeah. In fact,
amazing. We
think
went down
my-
to Porto Lavares out of LA.
Well, Amsterdam last month decided that the cruise ships were too many people getting into Amsterdam, so they outlawed them. You can't dock here.
Oh,
Porto Lavares.
no,
yeah,
Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
They just didn't want the people getting off the boats anymore. So they just said you
The
can't
good thing
dock.
I like, we got off at a couple stops and went into the areas where we saw some really nice shows at nighttime, out in the middle of the a rainforest and the jungle. And well, that was fun, and made me feel at home.
Any of you guys ever done a Viking cruise up the Mississippi?
no.
that sounds neat though. Yeah.
It looks like that'd be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I've
got
seen
friends
ads
that are
for it.
gonna
We
do
did
that
a-
in January.
I did a video shoot for 3 days on the Delta Queen out of New Orleans.
Oh,
That was fun.
Me, Mike, Danny, and Eugene LeBeau, we used to play them.
I bet.
A lot of fun.
You used to go on that showboat, didn't you, Barry?
American Queen and there's like 3 or 4 boats. They were floating hotels,
Yeah. How far up north did you go?
The boats would go up to St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah,
come back.
to the big arch.
Yeah.
Most of the time we just get on in New Orleans and get off in Baton Rouge. And they had a limo to bring us back. Yeah. It would take, a day to get to Baton Rouge. We'd play our show and get on a limo and just come back to New Orleans. Stay one night on the boat.
So it took a whole night to get to Baton Rouge?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, well, they don't go. They're going upstream, and I'm sure that that paddle wheel doesn't go that fast.
Fellow that was here, John DeGill, does he still play riverboats?
Yeah, but that's the daily cruise thing,
Okay, okay.
hour cruise. It's not a hotel.
Yeah, I got you.
Now, I've seen the ads for those Viking cruise ships going up the Mississippi River. That would be fun, I think.
Those are pretty big too, aren't they?
Yeah, you could go
You'll
on the
remember on Easter weekend at the Mustache on Bourbon Street, boy, it'd get crowded. Y'all remember that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I used
Easter
to-
weekend, man. I remember gearing up. And back then, the spring break was kind of coinciding.
break was on.
Easter.
Yeah.
We get
All the-
crowded. I remember that.
Yeah,
All the
I had-
crazies were in town.
yeah. I had cut out bunny ears that I put on my mustache skimmer for Easter. So
I remember that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
big time. Big time in the club. That's for sure.
Yeah.
yeah,
Tom, did you get any pictures I sent?
today.
Yeah,
I looked a minute ago and I didn't see any.
my computer kept shooting in and out, so it might not have gone through.
No, I didn't get anything today.
Okay,
Because whenever I see you, I always check.
yeah.
if anybody sent me anything, I haven't had a chance to look at email today, so I don't know.
That's dangerous because they're out there in outer space somewhere. Someone's going to
Well,
get
I grabbed this picture. 'Cause
yeah.
I just thought this was good
Yeah,
old Jeff.
yeah. Yeah. Well, who knew after those things, so many people were not going to be back for the, in other words, I never saw them again in person, just on the Zooms.
So Jeff was a professor of architecture or something?
Right.
Where?
I think Michigan.
Yeah. Yes, something like that. Michigan or Wisconsin, one of those states.
Oh, okay.
He was the head of the department too.
Really? Wow.
And a banjo collector.
Huh.
I just remember I would just sit here and do nothing. And Jeff would talk the entire hour.
Yeah, he would. He and John,
Yeah, John Morado was good at it too.
yeah. Because the two of them together, they would talk for 45, 50 minutes. It's 60. He was a character though. Wish I could have met him.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know any of those people when we went to the New York get together. Let me see what else is in here. I tried to do one of John's McLernan's videos, and Barry couldn't hear it, so it's not worth the trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got an old mustache story from when people were talking at the reunion in 2012, was it, or 2011?
11.
Yeah, the Carnegie one. Let's see what I got here.
I came upon Joel Schiavone in summer of '68. My son was a baby. I'm Pete Babcock, by the way. Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry, I'm not. And I'd lived in San Francisco. My son was born in San Francisco. We decided to, go back to Cape Cod, where my wife was from.
Gene.
And my father-in-law, Bob West, you remember that devil of a guy? He was president of the local musicians union 155. He said, Pete, hey, you got a new family, you need a job for the summer, you just got back from that weird place on the left coast, and they didn't call it the left coast. And you need a job. And I happen to know this club called Your Father's Mustache, and I know the owner because I deal with musicians, and this guy, Joe Schiavone. So he says, I got your job as a waiter. It's only for the summer, but then you'll be banging nails in the fall. So I got this job being a waiter. My first song that I sang, because I could, was My Mother's Eyes, which I will not do now. So we had a contest. The waiters, we had the brand new album, W.C. Fields Is Alive and Well, Your Father's Mustache. And it was an LP, of course. And the waiter that sold the most albums, I think it was $150, or maybe it was $15, I can't remember. You won, you got that. So I, thank you very much, sold the most albums. And we had a fairly good summer that summer. We sold some albums, we sold a lot of beer and peanuts and blah, blah, blah. So the end of the summer, we have the final closing night. Everybody's, we're gonna miss you, see you next summer, blah, blah, blah. And so Joel's there at the door, we're just kind of walking out, and Joel comes up and says, hey, good job, Peter. I'd like to have you stay aboard with us, you've done a really neat job. And he says, he looks me in the eye, which he didn't normally do. He looks me in the eye, he says, tell me, Peter, can you play washboard? And I'm this guy from New York City. Hey, Joel, come on. Hey, anybody can play washboard. He says, we need a washboard player in Boston, you're hired. I don't have a washboard, I don't have thimbles, I don't have a mind. And so I drove down from Cape Cod, where I live, drove down to the New York club, sat in the front row, and on an old shellfish permit, wrote out, okay, there's a washboard, and then there's ashtrays, and then there's this tin, and a wood block, and there's spread. And I took it back, put the washboard together, and wound up in Boston, and they had the worst winter at that point in summer 68, 9. History. I lived in the North End and had to walk to the club on Market Street every night. Anyway, so it's been a wonderful experience, and I know you all feel the same. But one more thing. This is my son. I'm very proud. This is my son and I when I got started. And I put him on my shoulders now. I'm very proud of this. This is an anonymous photo somebody took, and I went, wow, was I a hottie? Anyway, one more item. Daddy Mustache is having a birthday on the 20th. Oh. Mike Gentry is having a birthday on the 20th. Peter Babcock is having a birthday on the 19th. So this time, since I'm not going to be here, your birthday or yours, I would like to do my rendition of Mickey Mouse. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe. Turn the page.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to
Okay.
That was great.
He had quite the voice.
Peter
On
was
that note,
always on. Always on. He never came off a stage.
Yeah.
Okay, you said he was at in your garage about
He's sitting in the garage till 2 in the morning entertaining me. Say, man, Peter, I gotta go to fucking bed. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Tom. Tom, did you and Bill just get a thing I sent you a couple of days ago about Peter St-Aaron passed away in December?
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
about his son.
yeah,
That
his
he was
son
going to
died
be-
too, you said.
died This past week.
But I also got those 4 little notes that I didn't quite understand what I should do with them.
I don't know. I just sent them to you guys just for the sheer hell of it because they're funny.
Yeah, they are funny.
You can use them however you want them. It's I just try to spread those around a lot because they are funny. I've had them for years, and we used to use the kids who are different opening washboard concerts a lot. But the other things, the history of music, and some of those, if you wanted to pass them on to the other guys by email or whatever, just use them
Okay.
however you guys like.
Yeah, I also was thinking of using them on the invitations sometimes because I never know what to put on this.
Yeah,
Okay.
Whatever you wanna
that's
do
good.
with
Thanks for sending them. They
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, no, I haven't been looking at my email very much the last few days, so I apologize. So I got a little bit behind on everything. Yeah.
But
I got a cold and pink eye all at the same time too. I had to go
Wow.
to the
Hmm.
Ready Med. I was there 2 days in a row. I go for my cold, and next day I go back and I said, "Is this conjunctivitis?" And yeah, so it's like
How's Bonnie doing?
the doctor is kind of cute though, Dr. Lyons. But
What's his name?
you could see good enough to see that she was cute.
she's cute.
How's Bonnie doing? Bonnie doing okay?
Oh, well, yeah.
If you're talking, excuse me, Donnie. Excuse me.
Uh-oh. There's
Uh-oh.
Jeff.
Did he appear up there?
No, he didn't
I'm
appear.
just
but
trying to find some segments.
Well, I've got a John Murata if you're looking for some. Yeah, let's see.
John and Doctors. Did John Otta and people?
Those two were kept.
And he thought that I'd be a good bodyguard. And I come to this meeting today, and I'm saying, wow, I can't wait to find out all the great memories we had. First thing Joe says to me, he said, John, you know what my favorite memory of you is? He said, I came up 2 flights of stairs to my bedroom. He said to me, Joel, I'm going to be sick. I laid down in the bed and I had a convulsion. I put a book in your mouth. I said, my wife says to him, what happened? I said, he chewed it to shit. I go over to Ron Slater, and Ron Slater said, John, remember when you had a convulsion in my house? I put my wallet in your mouth. I still got the teeth mark in the wallet. Jeff Olswang comes to me. Jeff says, John, remember Lake Compounds? You had a convulsion in Lake Compounds. I called my father, that was a doctor, to take care of you. All right. Then Pete comes over to me. He says, you remember Cheyenne Frontier days? You were in the orphanage where we were staying, and you fell and you hit
I'm sorry.
the radiator,
The whole
and you
thing's
had a
taken over. I can't
if
stop.
I remembered all the convulsions, I wouldn't be an epileptic. most about Joel, I am the most appreciative about Joel.
Did you guys see
He
that?
gave you a chance to fail.
Okay.
And I took a lot of opportunities. I started out as a bookkeeper, I became a purchasing agent, I became an auditor. And then one day, he had this crazy idea that the only one who could run the musicians outside of the club was another musician. Now, not being a musician, I thought that was the stupidest idea I had ever had. Everything was going along fine, and we had a guy named Ron Gall, who was a tuba player, running the show. Two guys with an Italian accent walked in and said, "Where's the money from the restaurant?" They didn't know that we didn't have money in the office. So he said, "I don't have the money." They took out a gun, they shot at him, and then by his ears stuck in the wall, Ron quit. I said to Joe, why? I said to Joe, "Here's my chance, let me run with you." He says, "Okay." He said, "Just one thing you gotta remember. You gotta book more than one show in a row. You gotta have as many people, as many shows as you can. That way you spread the expense over it." So I sent people to Lake Compounds. We got some people from Compounds here. And I said, "Look, guys, you get all the beer you can, and you ride the roller coaster as much as you want." Sent them to Cheyenne Frontier Days.
Yeah.
Put them up in the wing of a orphanage. I even, for entertainment, I tried to break a Mustang from them. They got a lot of laughs out of that. We went to some of the strangest, weirdest places I could find. Not because I wanted to, but because I listened to Joel. Book as many as you can. And that was the beginning of my success in life. All my life, I just remember, the more you do, the more money you make.
Okay.
Oh, Bill, you put that up. I thought I hit
Yeah,
the
I
wrong
heard.
button, and I was trying to get it. Okay. Sorry about that. Good job.
So,
Oh, yeah.
the strangest job I ever played for Murata, he sent the show band in upstate Connecticut. It was at a nuns convention. A nuns convention, all right? An order of nuns were having their big meetings and convention for 3 days. And here we are playing for 500 nuns. All right, so they taking me out to the ball game and shit. And we started doing the can. Remember, we do the whole French medley. The can. We started playing can. And here's 50 nuns arm in arm doing kicks.
That must have been nice.
Yeah, doing kicks. So I thought to myself, I said, I've seen it all now. You know, a nuns convention.
So Mike Gentry wasn't with you, I guess, because he'd have said when they were going to the bathroom, "Oh, I can hear you."
Yeah, he didn't say that, but yeah, that might be one of the weirdest places.
That location for Cheyenne Frontier Days was really nasty. It was an old barn of some kind on the fairgrounds, rodeo grounds. And it was really dirty inside. They put down sawdust to cover the horse shit on the floor. And they built a stage, and they had a bar made up from sawhorses and 2x12s or something. And it was really dirty, but they'd alternate the show band with one or two of the bands from Denver. I was up there in 1970 for it, and it was really nasty, really nasty, but it packed people in. The people that came to the rodeo just absolutely loved it.
Sounds like fun. Just don't get your shoes dirty.
That's where I met Banu, and I think Bob Adams was there, and Christine and a few others. I think that year, I can't remember who everyone was that was there, but I think Bob McKenzie was a banjo player, wasn't he, Barry?
I'm not sure.
I think Bob McKenzie was one of them, and Bob Adams. Forget who was on tuba.
Did y'all play that old song? She was only the rancher's daughter, but all the horsemen knew her.
Well, I don't remember what they played. I was just a waiter that year. I had just started at the Mustache in Denver a couple of months before that, but it's anything's
shit, yeah.
possible.
Oh, Jesus.
My son was in the Air Force on the station at the base by Cheyenne. He said those Frontier Day things were a lot of fun.
Also for Murat, I got to play what they call Klondike Days up in Edmonton, Canada. That was a lot of fun. And also,
Oh, wow.
Look at that, Roger, would you?
Yeah, so Roger, this.
Taking at Cheyenne Frontier Days, my friend Suzanne.
Yeah, I remember you met her in South America.
Hey, Roger, you look like Bruno Kirby there.
the hat goes good with the striped vest.
Yeah.
I had lots of different hats.
That's Suzanne, Roger?
Huh? Yes.
That's Suzanne?
Yes, it is. She lives in New Mexico now.
Wow.
She left LA because she adopted a daughter from India, and she's in high school. She didn't like the high school system in LA. She thought it was a little rough, so she moved over to New Mexico. She's still living there.
So she's not far from where you are, right?
No, not at all. She wanted me to come and visit her, but the timing wasn't right, and I'll have to get over to see her. She came to visit me when I was in Seattle.
Where's she live in New Mexico, Roger?
At this other guy's house, and I took my oldest son with me. And Suzanne got sort of far out there. She looked sometimes like a gypsy type woman. I said, "You dated her, Dad?" I said, "Oh yeah, man." She has her doctor's degree, so she's doing. She does.
You could have done a duet to Happy Trails.
Yeah, like Roy Roger and Dale Evans.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Trigger.
I had my Roy Rogers outfit when I was a kid. I had Roy Rogers outfits and a Hopalong Cassidy one.
Oh, that was going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. Well, while you're all here, I'm going to St. Louis next week for the eclipse, so I can't do the.
Oh, you're going there for that? Yeah.
Can't do the Zoom.
Okay.
So no Zoom next week.
No Zoom next week.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, okay. I may not be here either. Bonnie and I might bug out that day.
Why don't we say no Zoom next week?
Yeah, we've been watching her dad for the last, taking care of him for the past 6 years, and he died yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The funeral's Wednesday, and I promised Bonnie we're gonna head out of here. So it's like we haven't been on a vacation in quite a while. So
You've been in hospice care, right?
yeah, but here in the house.
But at his house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
in fact, she wanted to have the suitcases packed at the funeral and just go, but I said, "No, let's wait till next day."
Well, that's good. You need to get away.
Yeah, it's be good to get a break.
I guess there's no luck getting Christine and Banu on here, huh?
I send it to him every week with everybody else.
Well, yeah, I know Chris said he's going to be in New Orleans on April
8th.
So he'll be here next week in New Orleans. So
when does the French Quarter Festival start?
11th.
It starts
April
next week.
11th through the 14th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I like that better than the Jazz Fest, really.
Oh, much better. Yeah.
Well, you like the French Quarter Festival better?
Yeah,
Oh,
better
yeah.
because there's not
Yeah.
as much crowds and it doesn't cost any
I've been
money.
to it a couple of times. I
You
thought
go
it
to a
was
restaurant you want to.
You can just roam around the quarter, all the place, eat and drink wherever you want, and see just any kind of act you want to see. Just, you get massive number of stages everywhere.
Yeah, you just wander the French Quarter and like you don't have to worry about standing in line at the food booths or the bathrooms or anything. You just go.
Mhm.
And there's no admission.
No admission.
Exactly. No
The whole
admission.
French
Walk
Quarter.
on
they
up.
have it set up.
I saw a lot of good musicians there. I saw Trombone Shorty play when I was there.
Yeah.
He's really good.
There's a lot of the lesser known musicians to like the general.
Well,
people.
Well, that's how the Jazz Fest started. It's
Yeah.
mostly all local Louisiana musicians and
Very
musicians from
good, but they're not
all the
Yeah.
Southeast.
draws.
Yeah, with French Quarter, you'll get Irma Thomas and one of the, or maybe Ivan Neville or some
Exactly.
Neville or whoever, like people like that. At French Quarter Fest, but most of them are lesser known bands.
You ever go listen to Deacon John play?
Oh yeah, I love
Oh, yeah.
Deacon John.
Oh yeah,
Deacon John played at my high school prom, 1970.
Oh, he was?
He
Oh,
plays at
that
every
was
jazz.
fun.
He's at every jazz fest playing. He has a
In
Yeah.
1974, Mike Barry, Maynard, and Peter Vrianides played it.
Oh, the Jazz Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a picture of that somewhere.
Yeah.
I have to find it.
Huh.
Let's see who is this pictures of here. One guy looks a little bit like Roger, but I don't know if that's him or not.
No,
That's New York, I think.
Yeah, all the way on the left, it looked a little bit like
It
Roger.
looks like Roger to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Those are just customers, I guess.
they're just customers.
Who's playing in the band? Can you tell? Too far.
I can't.
I can't tell.
Can't
Yeah,
hardly
it's kind
tell.
of it's a small picture that enlarged, so it's kind of fuzzy like that. Okay, just thought maybe somebody knew.
Not New Orleans.
Here's one of Joe Terrace pictures. This
Oh
must,
yeah.
this must be New York. There's John. It's a John Gill.
There's Tim Shea, Judge Shea.
Tim
No,
Shea.
that's
isn't it?
Johnny
That's
Gill.
John Gill.
There's Roger Ricci.
No,
No, Davy Lewis,
it's Davy Lewis, Cool,
Jerry Cool.
and Johnny Gill.
Okay.
And Terra.
It looks sort of like Tim Shea, but
It
does
does,
It does look like him.
but it's definitely John Gill.
Yep.
yeah, because it's a picture that he had.
Davy Lewis.
Davy Lewis, he liked little boys and train stations.
In that order.
In that order.
So which one is A.B. Lewis?
Tuba player.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
cool. That's at New York, I guess. Yeah, must be.
Yep.
so when he didn't have a tuba in his lap, he had a little boy.
I won't say when a minute. But he's not blowing a tuba.
What kind of vest did the band have on then?
You know, I don't remember those vests.
Neither do I. They all have the same vest on.
They have the string ties.
Yeah.
I would guess they probably were red though.
Yeah.
Some red and white and black were the colors.
They don't look like anything I've seen.
Somebody stole the stripes.
Yeah.
It's very wide stripes. You can't see the white.
Now let's see what else John had. It's coming. Sorry.
Bill
Danny looks
Higby,
good.
Danny.
John
I think that's
John
Jerry
Gill
Cool again
playing
on
the
trombone.
clarinet.
That's John Gill. He played the horn and the banjo.
Oh,
Who's the trombone player?
That's Jerry Cool, I think.
Jerry Cool.
Danny.
Danny.
They used to call him Skinny Rubio. Now he's fat.
Yeah, look, Barry, look at Danny.
Yeah,
Yeah, how skinny Danny is.
Yeah,
he was thin back in those days.
yeah, he was skinny when I knew him back
Oh,
then. So what kind of horn is that the banjo player's playing? Is that a sax of some sort?
Soprano.
Soprano
Clarinet.
sax.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A little pluck and blow action.
What's the banjo player's name again?
Bill
Bill
Higbee.
Higby. You always can recognize him because he's the only left-handed guy.
No,
Yeah.
wasn't there another left-handed banjo player?
Not that I knew of.
I thought there was.
Yeah, left-handed banjo player. I give my right arm to be ambidextrous.
Higbee started in Point Pleasant, I think.
Wow.
He was the first guy I saw in the New York club leading the band.
Bill Higbee?
Yeah.
Yeah, then they brought in Mike Swan.
Yeah, I saw him too.
That's Higbee, Yoakum, Terra. Who's
Yeah.
sitting on the piano?
Is that Jeff? It
No.
looks like Jeff a little bit.
It does. Many cheeseburgers before.
Johnny Gill all the way to our right.
Mhm.
Right. Who's on tuba? Is that Mark Eater?
No,
Who is that, Gim? Do you know?
no.
Doesn't look familiar.
Well, can't really tell. Does look like Jeff a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like Jeff on the piano.
Yeah, it does, just a bit, a little bit.
The guy sitting up on the piano playing the banjo looks like a clean-cut Wes Mix.
No,
I didn't know Wes Mix.
no, Wes was a lot
Yeah,
shorter.
it's not Wes.
That's not Wes, I don't think.
No,
No,
No, he said he looks like him.
yeah.
Clean cut.
I didn't
clean
think
cut.
it was him. Yeah.
I don't think so, yeah,
I think it looks like Jeff, me.
yeah. Interesting. Oh.
Right.
Guys, I'm gonna have to run. Everybody have a good Easter and all.
Okay,
All right.
Hey, Rick.
Happy
See you in
Easter.
2 weeks.
have a happy Easter.
I'll give you a
Holy
call next
Thursday.
week, David.
Easter Bunny's
Okay.
good to see you.
Yeah. There's the bananas.
Always like the beer mugs on the top of the rail. Look at that.
Yeah, there's always one there. Is that McLaren on the right?
I don't think.
No, I don't think so. Although he used to wear his beard like that, but it doesn't look like Tom. But he has a tuba. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's McLaren. Hmm.
The Gill was something back then too.
Somebody out there?
Was it the waiter's girlfriends or something? I just picked.
Yeah, that's Mike Sullivan in the middle in the back. I forgot the trombone player's name. I always forget his name. It's not Jesse Denton.
No, that's not Jesse.
Yeah, but what's his name, Barry? I forgot his name.
You got me.
Can't remember. Those girls must be Tara's nieces.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of nieces, I guess, huh?
And the
All
thing
from St.
they're-
Vincent's.
They all were in their 20s, and we thought he was an old man. He was maybe 42.
Oh, you know what? The little caption I can read on Tom's photo, it says Larry Fishkind tuba.
Oh, Larry Fishkin, that could be. I forgot about him. Who does it say on trombone? Does it say?
I can't
So
read.
Joe Terra, John Gill, Larry Fishkin, tuba.
It doesn't say anything else. Yeah.
I forgot his name. Can't remember.
Oh, well.
think
Hey,
that's-
guys, it's good to see y'all. I'm gonna sign off.
Okay.
You all take care and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Happy
Take care,
Easter
Mike.
in 2 weeks.
Have a good holiday.
Yeah,
All
you
right, I'm
too.
gonna go too. See y'all
Hmm.
later. Happy
Happy Easter,
Easter.
Barry.
Happy
Take
Easter,
care.
everybody.
Easter. All right, happy
Yeah,
Easter.
Passover.
Happy Easter, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, Bill, I'm going to give you a
Take care.
call if you don't mind.
Leave some carrots out for him.
All right, see you guys later.
Take care. Thank you.
Happy
Bye.
Easter.
Thank you, Bill.